welcome to Cheap Joe's Art Stuff. My name is Julie and I'm here to impart some knowledge to you today via a 2-minute art tip. In today's tip, we're going to be talking a little bit about cadmium-free colors and what's up with that. I've heard some talk and back and forth about people wondering why there is this influx of cadmium-free colors when people have been using cadmium colors for years and years, and what's the big deal? Well, it's a little bit more detailed or than you might think. Cadmium actually is a soft bluish metal. It's like it's found in zinc ores, you know, in nature and stuff like that. So, you know, it can occur in soil and stuff like that. So it's not like something that you wouldn't encounter in your life, but it's soft, it's malleable, and it's great as a pigment, except that in high dosages it can actually cause damage to your body, which is why that you see the ASTM labels for toxicity on cadmium colors. In high concentrations, you can experience liver damage and kidney damage and, you know, all kinds of things. Once you're exposed to cadmium and you have it in your body's not used to that high dosage and it doesn't know what to do with it. So it can kind of ping around inside your system for like up to 30 years after the initial exposure. So it's not great. And, you know, really, I've often said that I felt like the hazard labeling on cadmium and cobalt both need to be a little bit more stringent to kind of let you guys know what it is that you're handling and what the consequences are to yourself from using this. But now we have some really interesting options because you don't have to like one off and do like a completely different color. We now have completely viable cadmium substitutes available on the market. I want to show you like how completely amazing they are, but I'm going to mix some color for you here and do a couple little drawdowns so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So here we have Cad Red Medium by Liquitex. This is a traditional cadmium color. We're going to put a little bit here on our palette. This is a glass palette that we carry here. Sorry, can't think of the name off the top of my head, but it's really, really great. Then we have a CAD-free red medium. This is also by Liquitex, and this is a CAD equivalent. So you see that there is just the tiniest little color difference here. And so we're going to grab a little dab. We'll do a draw down here so you can see how potent that is. And then we're going to do the CAD-free equivalent right next to it so that you can see that they are pretty darn close to identical in a side-by-side. But that's just one little thing, you know, that's not necessarily representative of how you'd use it at all. So we're gonna play in the paint a little bit, my friends. We're gonna put this out of the way. With cadmium, you want to make sure that you don't have it on your skin because there can be conduction of those pigments through your skin and into your system. So you want to be really, really careful. I don't mean that you need to go screaming on your way to the sink or anything like that, but you need to be aware of your exposure. Don't touch your face, your mouth. Don't put your fingers in your mouth. Don't put your paintbrush in your mouth. Don't put your paintbrush in your mouth ever, as a good rule. Just generally, like when I train some of our customer service people. If you didn't know, Indian yellow paint is actually made from cow pee. Like pee from the solids in urea. There's another really excellent reason not to put your brush in your mouth ever. So what we have here is we have a dab of Hansa yellow light, and then we've also got some titanium white. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab a little touch of each of these, and we're going to grab our traditional Cad Red, and I need a little bit more here. Traditional Cad Red and Hansa Yellow Light. So we're going to mix those together. We need more. We need some more meat with these taters. Let's go. All right, so we're going to mix this together so that you can see what kind of color that we get from the traditional Cad Red Medium Hansa Yellow Light combination. You get a really rich, vibrant orange. Potent, beautiful, love it. Gorgeous, can't say enough. That gets you that sample. Now we're going to grab some of the Cad Free Red and a little bit of this Hansa Yellow, and we have too much. So not nearly the same proportion at all. That's going to be tough. All right, so let's mix it together and see what we got. Leave it to me to get the recipe all wrong. But you can see in terms of consistency and potency that they are both highly concentrated. There's not a lot of difference here. We'll grab a little bit more to get it tonally a little bit closer. There we go. But you can see that they are almost spot on, exactly the same. So that gives you a little window into what that looks like. I'm gonna wash this up. Making some messes here, folks. Playing in the paint. All right, got it all over me. That's okay. All right, next step, we're going to play with some white. First, we're going to take the traditional Cad Red, grab some of that, and we're going to put it here. And a little bit of titanium white, put it there. And we're going to mix them together so you can see how that looks as a mixture. Now, granted, titanium is kind of a cool, and Cad is kind of a really, really warm one. So you're going to get this warm pink because it's the cadmium's ruling today. It's way stronger than the titanium is. If you wanted to cut it a little bit more, you get a little bit more of a idea of what you're looking at. We can do that, get more of a very warm rose. You can see that here. So that gives you an idea. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our Cad Free Red Medium, don't have enough there, do that, and a little bit of titanium, mix that together, and so you can see how similar that these really are in terms of intensity, how they react with other colors. I got too much white. Let's grab some more, mix it in there. Watching me mix paint, you never knew your life could be this exciting. But as you can see here, still got a little bit too much white. Let's balance this out a little bit more. So you can see how similar these colors are in terms of how they mix up and stuff like that. So the nice part about Cad Free colors is that you don't have the kind of toxicity risk, but you get essentially the exact same effect. And they are completely viable, completely wonderful, high impact colors without the kind of exposure to your health that you run into with cadmiums. So check out some of the cad-free colors that we have in all kinds of lineups. Liquitex is just one of them, but you'll see them occurring in many lines. Available now at Cheap Joe's. We're sure that you'll enjoy.